Hello, hello. Had a little bit of a. Oh no, I am. Oh no. Okay, so I'm connected to my VPN right now, which is not good. So I'm going to disconnect. Yep. Um, I forget to turn my VPN off all the time, and it works, but I don't think it's good to stream on a VPN. More challenges with bandwidth. That's all. Hello, everybody. I'm here to work on bugs. The most exciting thing ever to work on stream. Just a bunch of bugs. That's it. And I might even just show. Let me see. I gotta look at what I got here. I think I can actually show the sprint with just the bugs, so we can see what we got. Might even add some items to the list. But you know, right now Jacob is testing, or he's starting to test today. And then maybe in the next day or so we'll get. I don't know when we're going to release. It's a little nerve-wracking because we would benefit from more thorough testing. But it's hard to balance that between the need to get updates out. So we will figure it out. Hopefully very, very soon. Part of it is I need to make sure outstanding issues are resolved. I want to turn music down just slightly. I don't know where the levels are at with that. I think it's a little high. So it'll be a bug fix night tonight. So I'll get my stuff ready here, and that's it. I'm just grinding them bugs, yo. Hopefully I will be mildly more successful at that than I've been. I'm actually going to be reworking some things too. So I can't fix every bug on our list, but I think I can show what I got. So these are the bugs. These are all the bugs I'm working on for our sprint, June sprint. Haha, like we'll get this one done, YOLO. So for the last couple months, we've had a bit of a challenge in having a consistent schedule. And what? Why do I feel like there's 2 bits of music? Oh, my thing wasn't. Anyway, we've had a bit of a struggle managing our sprints. People have asked, like, do you have a roadmap? Well, we did in January. January. Yeah. Unfortunately, we weren't able to achieve it due to some things that we keep mentioning aren't fully in our control. So we're trying to get back on track with that. And it's, I think I told Jacob, like, it is crunch time. It's time to grind. We've got packs coming up. We've got goals. We really wanted to have the game almost completely complete by pack. Looking like that's definitely going to bleed. But the engine's been moving, like our engine has been moving faster. And we're spreading the load a little bit, getting our contract support to get some work done. We're trying to make it work. Anyway, here's something we already fixed though. Like, I fixed an annoying thing with the cursor, the finger showing when the load game happens. Fixed some things with quests, that long-standing issues where our quests were losing their descriptions. So we'll have to fix the descriptions for the ones that got lost, but whatever. Some small ones from way back in battle. Sage's ability no longer will work in battle, which is great. I do need to do one follow-up to this, which I'm going to move this out because I need to do, make sure I put a note here. Need one follow-up to also make this not work if the user input is locked. That'll be a real quick fix, so I should be able to do that one right away. This one's insane. The burst battle meteor effect, oh my god. I have been trying to fix this one for over half a year, almost a year actually. And it's just that I haven't focused on it. And it was a lot more work than I thought it would be. But I fixed it. I finally got to the core of the problem and fixed it. So that's good. Bestiary images. So that we don't have the 3D images yet, but for the 2D images, they now will show properly. So there's like a lot of little things that I fixed already. Battle transition have actually changed what the transition is. And we'll be able to customize it further later, but for now, I just... There is something I want to fix. I want to take a look if it's even in our backlog. Just don't look at it. Audio. So there is an issue that I think I need to put back in here. You all might have seen it. When music starts to play, there's like a hitch, and like everything pauses. It's like a blocking, and I don't know why it does it. I was gonna look at it before streaming, but ran out of time. So audio. So I'm gonna do play audio. Pauses a. Causes. Pause. Pitch. For some reason. When music is loaded, causes the game to freeze for a second. Seems like there's some kind of blocking code. I don't know why I say yo after. Is yo even a thing? Do kids these days use the word yo? Yo! I know they use bruh. Bruh. I only know that because my son watches YouTube now and watches all these Minecraft videos. The characters, the people on there go like, bruh. Okay, so that's been added to the sprint. That's actually one I want to start with too. These are like the really annoying things. I don't think we have this black screen one anymore. But, you know, some of these are ones that Jacob will have to fix. Or some of them are probably no longer issues. But I think that's what we're going to start. I don't like that one either, but... Anyway, there's a bunch of little things that we've seen that I've just put off because I've been working on the big ones. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with Sage's ability. I think I'm actually going to start here, but I'm going to start one step back in the forest battle, and then I'll look at the audio hitch. Well, we'll see how I feel after Sage. We'll see. So that's what we're going to do. Working on stuff. I'm working on sunshine. What? Wait, walking on sunshine? Any woozle. I'm not going to fall for that trap again. Look at what is update available for my IDE. No, thank you. Last time I did it on stream, it broke everything. Killboy, how are you? How are you doing today? Okay, so what I need to look at is, first off, get rid of that. Can't even believe that's not even, that's why is that there? And then I'm gonna put this entire thing into as a getter, because why not? And I'm gonna make it like hand process. Public. No, private. Public. 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 Boolean hand process. Working on your camera for your game, or camera like in just your camera for real life. Your game camera. I also discovered something that I had and I forgot about. Game engine, current map scene. I had this thing here and I didn't even know about it. Player locked. Wait, player locked? It's the Boolean? No. Ah, go back. Player locked is greater than 0. Okay. Wait, cam process. Player lock is less than 1. Game. What so are you still doing the 2D one or a different one? And are you in Unity now? I forget. You're still using Unity, right? So you had the 2D one and then you had the 3D one. That was pretty cool. So this will now prevent Sage's ability from working when it's locked. Which that would be pretty easy for me to check. I guess what I could do, like go talk to something, I guess. Have to wait for it to build. Then what was my next one? My next one was, oh, story stuff. So maybe I should work on the audio. I think the audio one is more important, because that one actually causes user related issues. So I can actually start looking this up. Excuse me. Play audio. So this is where our play audio starts. Although I think even in the Forest Waterfall, no, Forest Central, play audio, play music, music. How did I do it? Stop background music. I think I must have done it somewhere else. So play, no, place battle. I don't think there's a play. Audio. Assets engine source. Okay, let's go check out. Let's just double check the Sage thing works. I will admit sometimes when I fix things for Jacob, I don't actually test them. I just send it over and say, just try this, see if it works. And then he goes, it's broken. Why didn't you make it work? I was like, no. YOLO. I think I should test it first. Oh, you know what I also want to do? I want to do like a quick pass on usability here. Okay, there's a couple of things I need to add. So, save basic UI usability. I don't want to manage. Why can't I just do it? I want it to be a bug. Right. Description. Checkboxes. Save window. The selecting saves versus characters. Left, right arrows. My intent was to have a way to skip so you can quickly go down, but I have to figure out a usability problem there. I'm not sure what to do there yet. Settings, make key binding. Do I make a key binding for tab navigation? Camera zoom, make it right or left? Question mark. Bumper on controller. That's all I got. I'll add other things if I think of them. Okay. So when we're in here, we need to go to you, and we'll go to this place because we know that. Oh no, this is not where I should have been. Okay, so I know I can get this to work. So what should happen, it's supposed to stop running. It's not doing that. So I guess it's good I checked it. Because what should happen here is if it's processing or running. So maybe I used the wrong thing for is processing. Ohio gozaimasu. Rasa-san. Nanji desu ka? How that goes? Is it Nanji desu ka? What time is it? Nanji desu ka? No. Ima nanji desu ka? I don't know how to say in Japan. How are you doing? I'm well. Working on bug fixes. I was just thinking how I need to practice actually speaking it. It's almost 11. So you could also say, I don't know what the word number is for 11. Never mind. Doesn't work for me. I knew the number for 11 once. One. Right now I'm only working on 1, 2, and 3. What was I doing? I was detector. Detector ability. Detector. Okay. So if can process. I don't know if it is processing. That's the problem. This is good. Oh, so there's actually ability is enabled. So I need to do ability enabled. This goes in Juichiji? Juichiji? Juichiji, right? Right. Yeah, it's about 11. But wouldn't you, well, wouldn't you say des at the end? It's about 11? Or I guess you could just say about 11 o'clock without saying it's, because des is like the equivalent of saying it's something, right? So like, is that normal speech? If you were speaking to somebody, I guess there's also like how you would talk informally to your friend or something versus how you talk to a coworker versus how you talk to a boss. It's really funny because when I started learning a language like Japanese, and I start hearing that there are differences in how you address someone who's like your senior versus someone that is like a peer versus an informal family member, whatever, or friend. You say, wow, that's so like structured and formal, but then you think about it, and even in English that exists. It's just that when you speak the language, it's so natural, you don't think about the differences. And English being what kind of language is it? Imperative. It's a different structural language than most others. But the way English is structured, there's a lot of words that get reused that sort of lose the meaning, right? But then we add tone to it. Like you talk to somebody who is a senior, or you have to respect, and you're like Mr. this, Mr. that. You're careful with how you're structuring your words. You're not swearing, but you're informal, and you're like, hey man, what's up, yo? You know, it's like it exists. Casual goes in juichi ji kurai. Oyoso. I haven't even heard Oyoso. Goes in Juichi Ji des. I'm starting to get to a point where I recognize more Japanese characters. So it's becoming more fun that like I see a new sentence, and in Duolingo they repeat a lot of stuff, but it's something I hadn't seen before, but I know enough of the context around it that I can start figuring out what it's trying to say. And that's fun because now it's like, oh, I recognize the characters. I'm still bad at like trying to learn how to write the characters. I do the little like symbol thing every once in a while. I'm like, I can't write these characters. It gives me the phonetic English character, Roman characters, and I can't for the life of me visualize the Japanese character. So it's funny. That's my story. Okay, what was I doing? I was going back to here. So instead of saying, oh, can process, what was I going to do? I was going to do here. Here we go. If ability is enabled. That's what I want. So that should make it go away, I think. Kind of weird how it just... Anyway, it's fun. I like learning it. I don't ever imagine myself being a proficient Japanese speaker. But the other interesting thing I discovered, like, there's people who don't like the Duolingo method, and I completely understand why, because the learning cycle is going to be slower, I think, and maybe not as efficient or something. I don't know. Like, you couldn't, if you go to a class or you use certain other tools, you're going to learn it faster. You'll probably be more fluent sooner. But I like it because of the competitive nature. I would just sit there and like grind on getting points every week so that I didn't lose my Diamond League status. But at some point I get bored from doing the same thing. So I'm like, well, I guess it's time for me to learn. And because I was doing it by rote for so long, I've just worn the pathways in my brain that I just understand stuff just for the fact that brute force it, right? And that works great for me. I'm okay with the brute force. I'm okay with forcing myself to remember the patterns and then eventually start learning what they mean and like scaffolding on top of that. Because I'm not learning Japanese for any specific long-term goal. I mean, I'd like to go to Japan, and I'd like to be able to understand Japanese at least a little bit. It'd be nice to be, if not fluent, at least passively able to speak Japanese on some level. I feel like I could use this same example. Okay, so we have the ability. Good. Okay, that's all I need to do. Done. Ticket accomplished. Boom, shakalaka. Let's go hunt. This is the super effing annoying one. Oh, buddy. Sorry. This one's really annoying. Sorry about the burpy face. Let's go look at how this works now. Meow. Forest. It's great because I was looking at solving the battle. I'll show you guys what I'm doing actually, so you understand. I think the video is going to be fast enough to demonstrate this. It only takes 30 FPS to really get the point across. So, so here's Forest Central. This is one of the culminating points in Atlas's journey. And when I go into, there's a couple things I'm going to fix tonight. One is when I go into this battle, there's a weird thing where Dolian like disappears and comes back. It's super annoying. Broken material. Sushi is cheering me. Why is it broken? Why is it broken material? It looks good. It looks yummy. You know, just imagine like getting some soy sauce and just mix it in with wasabi, and then just mixing it all in the rice and just very Americanized. I saw this little pamphlet of like sushi eating etiquette. It's like, don't do that. If you're gonna do any soy sauce, put it on the fish, not on the rice, and eat it all in one bite. Don't eat like half bites of it. It's just like, sorry. Anyway, so like Dolian will go in, like, see how he disappears and comes back. What I want is the character to just stay out and then walk over, right? Originally, we weren't going to do party train in this game. Don't do that. Which one? Don't do which thing? All of it? Just don't do any of those things. Get ready. Okay, so then we're going to get the effect which is going to be a thing. And if you watch the top corner here, it does a hitch. And the hitch, I believe, is because the music starts. And when the music starts, it causes everything to pause. So there is something in the music playing that is a blocking phenomenon. But wait, let me show you guys something else that I fixed. For no reason. I mean, I could just move on with my life, but I'm going to show it anyway. So this is the old battle system, and it'll be a bit before we get the new one out. But in the system, there's a burst ability where you can hit things with a big rock. And so this is... Originally, we had this idea that we would slow play the ability, but now we're thinking we're going to back it up at some point and make the ability available sooner in the game. Not like at the end of Act 1, but maybe like midway through Act 1. So once the burst bar is full, Dolian can use this meteor skill. And it'll... Meteor? Meteor. And then he starts building the burst. So this would be one aspect of making the battles a little bit more interesting. We want to make more burst abilities available and sooner and have a lot more skills and stuff. So for the longest time, though, you did it once, and then you go to use it again, and the meteor would not appear. But now, it reappears. It was one of the most obnoxious things ever. So anyway, that's just a thing. Alright, so now I gotta hunt down this stupid thing with the forest. So this is Forest Central. This is the map. I don't know if there's a play audio command in here. Let me see. How do I start? Let me see how I start the battle. So it's gonna be... here. Thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate when you give me the clap. Good boy. Really makes me feel good about myself. I don't know why Jacob does this, or maybe there's like some weird bug with the layout. Excuse me. So this is the thing that triggers the battle thing, like... oh no, that isn't it. Tree Ant Boulder. What is it? That's the setup. Okay. This is when the battle's won. This is cinematic, which don't summon effect start. Okay, so this is it. This is where the music plays. That causes some hitch. It actually happens in the beginning of the part, and then we go here and we start Tree Ant Battle. Okay, so I don't know where that hitch happens then. Maybe that hitch is actually the transition of the map. In which case, maybe what I should do is just make the time take longer. This is the place where we had like hard coded stuff in here. So maybe what I need to do here is go to base battle. Here, I need to go here and make this take a little bit longer, I suppose. So instead of making this wait 6.5, I guess I will make it wait 7.5. That's the exact duration of the effect. And maybe that will solve that problem. Oh no! Dad joke's not working. Should go fix that. I'll fix it, Sorrow. I'm sorry about that. I have great sorrow about this not working. Streamlabs? Nope, not SteamDB. Streamlabs. I can fix it. Log in. Oh, it's making me log in again. Oh, you jerk faces. I'm trying to stream. You're making me log into your dashboard. What the heck, man? I don't know why it just suddenly turns off. Like, why can't you just stay on all the time? It should be on now. It might take a second to come back to life. Let's go see. Maybe it was just a transition in the battle that was causing it. My real dream someday. You want your refund? How about I give you double the amount back? Here you go. How about I don't? Why is it not working? Right. Triple the amount back? It says it's activated. Okay, so that's working. Is it this bot that's not working? Maybe this bot's not working. Okay, well let's try killing the bot and see what that's about. Grandmaster Protoss streaming some ladder and tournament game. Grandmaster. I didn't know you were a Grandmaster. That's pretty cool. What does that mean? Okay, so first off, let's see if that... Yeah, so see that hitch? There's still a hitch right before he jumps down. So that play audio thing is still something you have to fix. But I think that the... Oh, that was weird too. That's annoying. It like flashed. Exposed from 12 years ago. I didn't mean to out you. I'm sorry. There you go. What do you call a sick eagle? Illegal. What do you call a cute door? Adorable. Okay. If you think Thursdays are depressing, wait 2 days. It'll be a Saturday. So maybe I just do that. I'm curious why. Maybe the transition should stay black. But I think the thing is like something switches. We'll find out. Accepted. Was a good payback? Here you go. I'll give you one extra for free. Why shouldn't you let your kids watch big band performances on TV? Too much sax and violins. I mean, that's legit. I cannot tell you how much I despise the new Outlook. I despise it so much. I can't deal. It just makes me so mad. Okay, try this one more time. In the meantime, I'm going to look at the play audio command because I think this must be what's causing it. I'm not sure why yet. Play background music. This is fine. Runtime code. That just stops. Well, it could be the fade out. I'm going to do some testing to find out if there's a specific thing here. But let's go look at the battle transition. One of the things I'll do tonight, so I should have time to, I hope, is I'm going to replace some of my like hard-coded scripts with actual node-based scripts. Because this is like, yeah, buddy, that's much better. Okay. Sorry, I just got really excited to watch that work. Okay. So that means I need to go back to place battle. And I just need to change a couple settings. So this will be, wait time is going to be 70. That's actually it. That's all I got to change. Okay. Good. So that's done. But I didn't get to the audio thing. So now I need to find out what is going on. Play audio. It could be this. Let's see what else we got. We get a sound resource. If there is no sound resource, we stop the audio. If there is one, we play the audio. Now, I wonder. I want to go see where this in the script runner what this does. I'm going to pat myself on the back today with my expertise in our. We just did a product release today, and there are a couple of issues that came up, and one of them, we're looking at this issue where some string was supposed to change to a different value based on a setting, and it was staying a certain name, and it was actually something a customer requested. So it was like, well, it's the right name, but it doesn't match what we set in the system. And we're going back and forth, like, what is it? What could it be? Looking at the code change, like, there's nothing in the code change. And as I had this moment, like, wait a minute. Did you, talking to the guy who, not a developer, but like a product person who has technical expertise, like, do you know if there's any script on the website that's like fixing the problem? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And as we're looking into it, he goes, oh, he had written the script to replace a string on these ads that show up on the customer's website. And that was overriding what we were doing to fix it properly. It was just like, CTO, baby. Years of pain and experience from breaking shit. Anyway, that's my story. Okay, so what does this do? Well, that's how it does it too. Interesting. Okay, so if we assume that the audio playing issue is related to stopping the audio with a fade, which is possible, then it wouldn't be this command. It would be the stop BGM with a fade out. So I'm gonna just block this out and see if that's part of it. It could very well be that the fading process is locking things up. I think the bot's working. Let me just see if I can fix that up a little bit. Try it again. Open her up. There we go. My landlord texted saying we need to meet up and talk about how high my heating bill is. I replied, sure, my door is always open. Okay, now I think it worked. Sorry for being burpy. Energy drink. Well, not energy. It's like less than a cup of coffee of caffeine. So. All right, so let's test a couple things here, and I'm gonna try not to blow your eardrums out. So let me just make sure the audio is good. No, I don't know if this will work. Let's see. Okay, that's the right level. Let you get a little bit of it too. Okay. A little bit of. Okay. So if this works, there shouldn't be a hitch when the music fades or music starts playing. Nope, there's still a hitch. Okay. So that didn't work. Let me just double check to see if I am completely wrong about this. I'm going to comment that one out now. How long years have you been streaming? I have been streaming since the beginning of the pandemic. So March of 2020, something like that. So over 4 years now. Can't you tell by my giant following and winning personality? Remember how stressed I was about streaming when I started? It was a crazy time. Yes, 2020, okay? Jeez. Why am I not a famous streamer? I don't know. I'm pretty amazing, I think. Why did you say it like 2020? Die senpai. Okay, so playing the music is clearly the problem. Play that funky music, white boy. That's good to know. Because once I commented it out, there was no longer a hitch, which is good. Yes, I've been streaming since 2020. I started streaming with the intent of just learning how to code games. I know how to code, but like, having a career in web application development does not necessarily translate to game dev. So what is going on here? It should be playing async start coroutine. What do I want to find out? Like maybe there's something there. I don't know. Why is that amazing? I don't understand. It's not. I mean, I've just been doing it for a long time. That's all. I've literally just been. I think I could look up my follow age. I think it gives me a follow age, right? So I've been following myself for never, apparently. I don't even know who my first follower was. It'd be kind of funny if you could find that out. Mati has been following for nah. How long has MatiBot been following? I could see like maybe how long Streamlabs has been following. For nah. Okay. Nobody's been following for anything. MatiBot. I don't think my follow age is working. Is it only like my admins? I don't know. 2 years, Killboy. Oh my god. Hey, Dev Donut. What's your favorite thing about this game? If I were looking at it from the outside, like just what I would like about it, I'll say that's what it is, right? But I've always liked the visual style, like just the. Let's see, where's my zoom button? There it is. This whole like I remember a couple months ago or whatever, I was working on bug fixes or something, and I was just like walking around like, whoa, I just got really kind of like into the visual style. I do really like the music too. That's a close second. But the whole reason I started making this game was because Jacob was like, look at this demo I'm working on for a game idea. And I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Yo boy, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub. Look at that, 139. Mad lad to dagger. Let me go put you in the code. Let's go, baby. I'll immortalize you in some SGB code. Yo, boy. Oh, come on. God, why? Why? What's this about? Thank you for the subs. 2024 06. No. 625. 658. 25. 24. Thank you, Killer Boy, for Kill Boy for gifting subs to some amazing people. It would be Dagger and Curie. Is that a Japanese name? 140 seems like a better number. Yeah, I think I had 1337 for somebody. Oh no, it wasn't 1337 because I don't think I've gifted 1,000 subs to anybody. But on maybe White Vault, somebody I had like the perfect number and like now I can never sub again. Then I forgot about it. I subbed. Yes, anyone who subs to my channel gets immortalized in code. And you'll know this because if you watch my code, you'll see Killboy's name plastered basically everywhere in the game. Okay, so let's see what happens. What did I do? I just wanted to see the bug statement. Okay, so it's supposed to be asynchronous, but the asynchronicity is not working. So why would... Oh, okay. I need to help. Okay, so I want to try something here. I'm going to try something. I'm hoping that Copilot can help me with this. It might be like a loading and unloading thing. Like maybe it's because the audio isn't previously loaded. How would I prove that then? The way I could prove it. Okay, before I ask Copilot, what I will do is I'll preload the audio. So I'll play it and then I'll see if it happens. It's got to be a loading issue. Let me just ask what. Okay. In this audio, yes, it's got to be a loading issue. Like it when it loads up, it causes a hitch because it's like it's allocating memory, or maybe it's because it's unloading. Although it looked like it was clearly like the loading one. Are there mini games around? Yes. There's some people don't like all the little quests you could do, but there's not only a bunch of side quests, but there will be mini game type of things too. Not in the first act. I don't think. We might throw some in there for fun, but oh, there's fishing. I mean, there's a fishing mini game, yeah, but I mean, like other than fishing. Okay, where does this get used? So we are calling the asynchronous one, which is good. Okay. The play BGM method. The play music. Oh, it's interesting that this has S instance play BGM. Oh, because it's different. Okay. The play music method, even the async one, causes a hitch. Gameplay. Everything freezes. Second. for the music. Putting it in a coroutine. That but doesn't. Can you help me diagnose why this would be happening? So let's just see what it says. I have my suspicion on what it's going to be, but I want to see what it says. Loading the audio file. I bet you it is loading the audio file. Okay. So the audio files are not too large. Consider preloading them at the start of the game or during a loading screen. If they're being played frequently, consider using an audio pool. This is a set of preloaded audio sources that can be used to play sounds. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is completely related to the loading of the file. So if that's the case, turn this off for a second. So if that's the case, then I need to look at how it currently does the loading. Hold on a second. Okay. So how many programmers are on this project? You're looking at the entire team. Just kidding. Me as the primary, we do have a contractor doing some work. That's it. That's us. Okay, so let me see how this works. First off, if I do play music, it's just calling this in a covert. It doesn't really matter. So this is like garbage. It wasn't even needed. So the first thing is it goes through this list. If there's a fade, it'll fade in and out. That's fine. But here's the interesting part. It's destroying the object instead of cooling it. What's doing a stop and a release? So what does that do? Game object clip. Yeah, it's literally destroying the object. I wonder why they did that. Yes, it's me and Jacob. Jacob isn't just an artist because he can do map building and he can do story. Like he can build nodes. It's not really programming exactly, but he can do, like he can work in the node system. It's kind of programming, but kind of not. More like connecting a bunch of scripts. Maz the Paz, did you write this audio class? No, I didn't. This is Smile Game Builder's audio class. The Smile Game Builder engine was built ages ago, and at some point they made a export for Unity. And so when we started building this game, we used only Smile Game Builder because we didn't know what we're indie devs. So we were just like, well, let's see how it works, whether people like it. And by the time we got the demo out and we started seeing some people like it, we're like, well, we should try. I was like pretty hot to trot. Like, I'm going to make it work in Unity. So I've spent many hours just learning the underlying engine and like modifying it and improving it, adjusting it to work in Unity better because it wasn't designed for Unity. It was shoehorned in. So I'm dealing with some of their legacy garbage. But yeah, this is their engine, right? This is Smile Game Builder. So the engine came with a lot of like pre-baked logic, but it's their engine and it wasn't built in Unity. So there's a whole lot of work I had to do a whole lot of different modifications of how the system works. Now, I'm the next closest thing to an expert in their own engine, even though Baking, their new product, is different. But it's a Japanese company, and I wouldn't work with them because they have their own way of doing things. And I don't particularly like their UI choices. Like, I just can't believe the usability is so bad in their tool. Anyway, so I think the problem is that it's doing this destroy, and that's causing an unloading. If we kept the object, it might go a little better. So yes, I can see line 478. It does destroy BGM, which has a process that unloads and down and destroys game object. Could you help rewrite this so we retain the objects to help minimize And I'm also at the point in my programming life that I don't need to solve every problem. I honestly was at that point when I started development. Like when I started coding, I was like, can't someone just tell me how to fix this? It was always like, nope. I always got a unique problem. So I guess I'll have to solve it. But now that I got a tool that I can sometimes make solve my problems, like, let's make it do it for me. All right, let's see what it does. It says, sure, we can modify it. Okay, let's find out. Let's let you shoot your shot. Okay, let's find out if you can do this. I don't know if you can, but I'll give you a chance. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. So we're gonna try to basically prevent it from actually destroying what's there, and we'll just try to reuse what's there instead. Fade volume destroy says true. I don't know if I want destroy at the end, but we'll see. Fade volume over time. I don't know how this gets used. Some of this code has been modified by us, but it's not all of it. Where's my destroy option? Probably zoom out slightly. Too much to read. Too little time to do it. Where's the destroy option? There it is. Stop and release. Just that's okay, because release, I don't think release is, well, no, it is bad. Yeah, like it like completely removes the audio clips and stuff. I feel like this is gonna be bad. Also look at let's see what it recommends. The problem is, like, if you don't destroy the clips, I guess they'll just, I mean, they're music clips, so maybe it's okay. Because you're not going to have, like, a billion audio clips playing in the game. They might have done this to be aggressive towards it because their engine, they can't account for what users might do. Users might play every single thing they can, right? And maybe we don't need to destroy it at the end, I guess. Although apparently Copilot is having fun responding to my request. I worked on several games and we never deleted music sound items that get reused. Yeah, I feel like that should make sense. And the challenge has always been with this. There are like, there's the easy way, the unit, just like write it in Unity and do this in terms of being able to like get from point A to point B quickly. And then there's the hard way, which is find a way to manipulate this janky system to get the same result that would take me far less time to do if I just built it in Unity. But the reason I'm locked into it is because there was already so much material created for the game in Smile Game Builder while we were still essentially prototyping it, and we didn't want to lose momentum because you lose a lot of momentum when you have to go back and like completely rebuild things. And so I've just kind of rolled forward with it, and over time, like, okay, fine, I'll just keep replacing things. Yeah, I've been using the strangler pattern heavily, and it's really like that Bart Simpson thing. Bart, he's like choking it by the neck. I've been strangling the crud out of this product, and every once in a while, I have this breakthrough where I realize something that I thought was going to be really hard. I find the connection point and realize I can just throw out 50% of the existing code. And so then I aggressively try to replace that with my own solution. Unfortunately, it's not always that cut and dry because it does. I mean, there's always like things I didn't account for that I have to fix as bugs. But it's definitely way better than continuing to use the janky solution. So I'm okay with it. It's just a lot sometimes. Wait, why did it give me the same code back? That's not what I wanted. Okay, well if I don't stop and release it, let me think here. Part of the problem is what? We're removing the volume. You don't have to do stop and release, do I? So stop is fine. Release is where the problem is, right? So when they do release, they remove that object and do this, and they unreference it. Maybe they just didn't want to deal with the next part of it. So when we do play BGM, where am I at? This is the fake audio. Hold on. So when they do play BGM, here it is. They do destroy. Then they create their new sound def object, their own sound def. And then they load the implementation of their sound. And they set all the values. So in their loading method, I think this is the thing that creates the game object. I have no idea what's going on with their language here. Doing good, Laser. How are you? How goes your evening? Convert to uni resources, resources.load. So also partly a problem. Then they get the clip and then they create the object. So I don't know why we would want to create the object instead of just reusing it. I don't know. I don't get why. I almost feel like what we should do is change the object name if it exists already. Working and eating, so that's good. Food is good. Like maybe what we can do is say if the object doesn't exist, so if sound.mObject, mGameObject. No, it's lowercase sound. What? Why is it not giving me the lowercase? Sound. I didn't tell you to capitalize it. I didn't say that. Oh, I see. Hold on a second. It's because they like do it here, right? Add component sound. That's dumb. Okay, hold on a second. So why do they do this? Well, all he does is doesn't have a sound. So I wonder if I could just keep the sound in there? No, because then it's a... Okay, hold on a second. Would you play BGM? It always creates a new sound depth. Okay. So what I should probably do is just cast the fucking things, right? Well, another way to do it would be... At some point, I'd want to I would want to preload some of this. Because if the sound is never played before, I'm going to have the same problem. Kind of. I guess if I all right, I guess let's learn how this works. So BGM sound.stop, that's fine. Do not release a sound, just stop it. Otherwise fade it. And then this would set it to null afterwards, which we don't really want. So whatever. So we stop the sound. We're not going to worry about doing a release. Which means we have BGM sound in existence. What is this? Is it sound def? Okay. Got it. What is their sound def object like? Has a number of references to it. It has the sound. It's a really basic configuration. Loop information, apply loop. Sound dictionary. What does that get used for? That's interesting. So the audio has a sound dictionary and their def has a sound dictionary? What? Oh. Okay. I was looking. So this is the class. How many sounds does the system support? How many BGM? You can have triggers in the game to start loading sounds that are likely to be used. We have a full OST, so I think it's about 50 minutes of sound right now, maybe 60. I can't remember how many minutes of sound we have so far. In terms of music. Harvey, how are you? How have you been? I mean, Harvey. They went through this last time. What, do I call you Harvey or Harvey? William Harvey 090. I don't know if that's your name. I just filled in the W. So I hope that's not your name because I'm not trying to dox you or anything. Okay, so I got confused by this thing. So it does have a sound dictionary. So what does it put into the sound dictionary? And it stores sound defs. So if we load a sound, it looks like it does cache it. Yeah, he said that last time. You can call me Harvey. That was last stream. Sorry. Already went through that. Okay, so it does look like what it does do is it retains the sound. Load a sound if it's already been loaded. Okay. Was this something that was already existing? I don't think I created it because the way it's written. I think I just like refactored it slightly. Okay. So, I mean, you can see like, so 2021 is when we started working on this game. And I just did annotate. What's wrong with you? So May of 2021 was when we put it into version control. So April of 2021 was when we put our first demo out. That's crazy. Okay, so let's go back to this. Play sound effects, no. So does it use it just for playing sound effects? Why doesn't it use it for music? It only uses it for sound effects. That's weird. You think they would do it for music as well? Stop sound. Yeah, I mean, their sound effects, they treat better. Also, I'm doing great. Just a bit stressed out because having a problem with my game project. Oh, what's going on? I'm trying to bug fix, so I have problems everywhere. There are sounds that need to be always accessible, and other sounds are area specific. And other sounds, once in a blue moon, you can street and store and cast them differently. Well, but like, how bad is it to just cache the music? Because it would get, even if you play the game from beginning to end, it's not like it's going to completely absorb all of your resources to just have all that music available. How much music do you have to actually have? I should see what the size of our music is. I don't actually know what music is at. Harvey, thank you for the follow. I want to hear about your problems with your game project. Well, unless that stresses you out more, then I don't want to hear about it. I want to hear about it, how everything's great. Are you trying to run on phones? Nope. But Switch? Yes. But even Switch, our game doesn't take up enough memory for it to be a problem. I'm getting text messages. 1 second. Yep. Sorry. I said earlier that I fixed. Thank you for the follow, Boskins. I fixed an issue where our quests would lose their descriptions because I'm a dum-dum. And I just got a message from my partner like, so do we have to go back and change all of this? So I go rewrite them? I'm like, yep. Naz the Snaz, thank you for the follow. What's with all of the follows? Anyway, so oops. I was an idiot. So totally unrelated to anything. So we have this quest data object. And I had written some code. So I had been in the process of localizing things, and the original quest object was not localized. And so I had to apply my special object for doing the localization. So I had like this upgrade thing that when a quest was loaded, it would push previous value into the localization, which is great. Except when new quests were made, it would continually overwrite it with nothing. And so we'd go and like fix it. Like, okay, I put the quest in there. And then I was like, hey, I fixed it. It's working. And then later we'd load the node that has it and it would get overwritten with nothing. I had a problem with the building. I don't know how to put the game. I have the building. Which building? I have an issue with Atlas's arrows not rendering. I don't know why that happens. It has to do with the build. Must. Okay, anyway. Let's get me back on track. So I know what I was going to do. I was going to go look at the size of the audio file. So that would be in our, speaking of learning experiences, don't use the resources folder, kids, except their engine uses it a lot. So let's see here. How big is this file? I think I can look at it in the inspector. Why is my scene? Does the inspector tell me how big the file is? There's the audio clip. So the audio files are what? A megabyte? 5 megabytes? Ooh, big spender here. 1.2. Like, okay. So what? How many files are in this folder? It can't be that many. How do I even see the count of files? I mean, even if there was 100, okay, 100 megabytes, which there isn't. Can I actually look at the number of files in the folder? No, that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to look at the properties of this. It won't let me look at the properties of a folder. Well, that's dumb. Guess I could go into the... property. There's 142 files, but it's not that many. It's got to be half of that, so 70? Because of all the meta files, right? Not that much. Google exporting from your modeling software and import. What is your... I don't know what... Yeah. Is it like, are you using Blender or something? And Godot? Are you doing Godot? I think you're doing Godot. I think I went off about Godot while I was here. Anyway, like, even if the worst case happened and someone literally played this game until they heard every possible music, which would be almost impossible, the memory load of that is not nearly enough for it to matter. I could almost just load it all into like a mono behavior and just pull it from there. But anyway, so it's interesting that we have this though, like this solution for the playing and stopping sound that's not music. It's super interesting to me that that happened. And I guess he just thought that, I guess BGM files could be larger, but ours are not too bad. So I could just do the same thing with this. And I could use their sound dictionary because it's the same thing as the sound def and a dictionary. And they have BGM sound and background sounds. So maybe I could just like I could just copy their approach. This would be the sound effect dictionary, and I could have a background sound dictionary. Or background music dictionary. I don't know why I would need two different ones, but this won't solve the problem of like the loading and unloading it. But it could help, I guess. So actually, let's do this first. Instead of calling it an M sound dictionary, we'll call it a sound effect dictionary. What would be wise if I just start putting it into some scriptable object? Like run the game and then just let it load into the scriptable object. And then after that point, it's always there. Of course, I'd have to disable that for the actual build. So I don't really want to risk that. So we'll call this a music dictionary. So I could just like lever it to do this, perhaps. I don't really want to go back and rewrite all of their garbage here though. So we have play BGM. It does all this nonsense. If it does a destroy now, it doesn't remove it. I could do something where it like removes the reference, but this is where it wouldn't make sense because it would then destroy it, right? And then here is where we'd want to decide whether we want to create a new sound depth. So actually, let me go back up here. What do we got? Where do we get this ROM from? Play audio command. So I actually, what I had to do to replicate the way their scripting works is I actually get the stuff from their catalog based on the ID of the object. So here goes. Let's start strangling the code. So one thing I try to teach my developers, because my day job, I'm a chief technology officer, is not to make destructive changes, even if you're fixing a bug. And by that, I mean, there's some things that are inevitable. You're going to have to change a method. But if you can avoid changing a method, by only changing one path of the code, you're better off because at least you know the other way is working for sure. And so what if I'm going to change this, because this is where the meat of what I want to change is. Anytime play audio happens, and I can be relatively assured it's going to work like I expect in theory, then I would only want to change what's here. If I really wanted to make it paramount, I would be like, put a little check mark to say, use this new feature, right? Which I guess I could do. It would mean we'd have to go to every single audio thing and check the box. So I'm not sure if it's worth it. Is it? No, I don't think so. Because if it works, it's going to work, I think. One of those cases, like, we'll know if it doesn't work. So my goal then is to not do this garbage here. And instead have these methods that replicate this, but let me just pass in the ID. So I'm not going to use stop BGM or the other thing. Actually, this one is okay. Stop BGM is fine because it doesn't do anything. But play BGM has to change. I don't think I have play background music, right? Play background. Okay. So I don't really love the fact that they use BGM, incidentally. So we're going to make a replica of this method, but it's going to behave slightly different. So instead of play BGM, it'll be play background music. And instead of passing in a ROM, we're going to pass in the GUID. So we're going to replicate this whole thing. And if, you know what, just because I think this is what I'm going to end up using moving forward, I'm going to move this comment. We're going to proceed from here. And I'm just going to copy and paste. Like, I used to be so anti-copy and paste, but I don't care. As long as you eventually replace it, it's fine. So we don't even want to check. Well, we do want to check if the ROM exists, but we only want to do that if we don't already have an object that exists here. I'm actually curious when it does play sound. So when it does play sound, it takes an ID. But the sound effect dictionary has an ID. It doesn't have a... Oh, I wonder if it's like... How does this work? Sounds don't have integer IDs, do they? Oh, I see. They load. So when you, how do they do that then? They use integer IDs. I don't want to use integer. I want to use the actual GUID of the thing. So I want to change my dictionary to be background. No. Music dictionary. Oh, right, music dictionary. Not aptly named. So we're gonna call this. We're gonna use a GUID as the dictionary. Layout audio and JSON with IDs and info. Every game your manager creates instances of all sound effects later in the game. Current sound could ask for an ID. Yeah, I think that if I was going to do this, like the long-term solution is probably going to be something that preloads something based on like a configuration, a static configuration. So I'd probably make a scriptable object that just has all the preloaded stuff. Because then I would just get that object and would have it all available. I wouldn't have to store it in JSON or anything. That's how Unity wants you to do it, right? Just use scriptable objects. That's how you do game dev. It's all about the scriptable object. Okay, so first off, we'll see if we can get the the existing sound down, right? I'm going to be changing some fundamental things about this though, because if I do play BGM, which is somewhere down here. Oh, there's also swap BGM. What does this one do? That's kind of funny. I wonder where that one came from. We have audio. Well, it must be this one. Okay. So this is in there. Oh, it is our audio core. Why did it show it to me that way? So this is where the music plays. So it's still passing around a ROM. And if we're fading it, we're doing a volume loop. If fading equals 0, otherwise, I wonder if it's doing like it must be hitting it each time or something. Oh, okay. Okay. I remember this. So if anyone ever wonders why I don't like early return, this is a really prime example. Because and a lot of times people would even do something, they'd like put an if statement up here and put a return, and they would call it a gator clause or a gate clause. And I think that's better than this. But there's an implicit here where it's like, well, you only get to this code if this if statement didn't happen. And this is, I really don't like this. So this is only going to happen if there is not existing MBGM sound. So if for some reason this information is not available, then it goes through the process of creating all the thing. Still kind of obnoxious. I hate these like early. I just really don't like that as an approach. You could just make another method of this if you really want. Just extract this as a method instead of doing this nonsense. So let me go back to where we play this just to be sure. Play music async, doesn't matter. We won't need that. Play BGM, play background music. Okay. So the things that it needs to run this, it needs an MB sound. And that MB sound would only get destroyed if we released. No, it's still there, so it doesn't even get. They don't. So they keep that object around. Oh no, they don't. Never mind. They get rid of it. So they would get rid of it here. So this is where we're like, okay, one core thing is when we quote unquote destroy BGM, we don't want to destroy it. It means we'll have some potential issues with retaining some data. Maybe there's some memory leak concerns from data that gets hung on to from this. But if we don't destroy it, it won't be gotten rid of, which is good. And it gets used in a lot of places. Okay. So that means I need to go back to here. Maybe I should just take their entire thing. Like, why am I doing multi-layer deep play BGM? I'm going to take their garbage here into my play background music. Play that funky background music. I'm going to do this and see what I can do with their existing code. So we'd have to make sure that we have the ROM data or the def data. Because if we don't have the def object, which is this, we do have to create it, right? Okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. We're gonna do sound depth. Did I already have it down below? The sound depth. Let's see what you say. If sound depth why is this not giving me the... Did I steal that class from... What? Oh, did I steal it from here? No. Why is it doing that? Is it because it's static? I'm confused. Oh yeah, because audio core is their stupid class. Okay. So they have audio and they have audio core. Another thing I really hate, by the way, is putting multiple classes in the same file. Because that also gets really confusing to manage. So their audio core is handled differently. Look at this. Get loop point by Kiri 2 format. Funny. This is such a mess. Oh, okay. So I do need the audio core to be the thing I do this in. Let's use my favorite shortcut. That means I should probably do my play background music in here. We'll just take this whole class, this whole method here. I guess I could always split out their silly class, but I don't really want to do that. ABGM, where is it? That'll make that work a little better because now the class is available, so I don't have to worry about that. We'll null this out by default, and then we'll do a. If we try get a value, will it become null? Maybe we'll do if not. Music. Oh, come on. Does this not have an instance? Oh, it's static. Like, why is it doing that? This dot music dictionary. Try get value. And then I'm not going to worry about this part here. So we're going to take the ID. We don't care about you. Exactly. So if it doesn't exist, then we need to try and get the information from the ROM. So we're going to go back to our play. Where is it? Play audio command. Oh, something flashed in front of my vision. What's that? Apparently nothing important. So where was I? Stealing this. Okay, we'll take this. So we have to get the resource from their catalog. Their catalog is just a big chunk of data, basically. Sound resource, which is actually going to be music, I guess. So music equals get from catalog s instance blah blah blah. ID as, you know, I just recently discovered that they even have this ability to use generics. I never understood why they didn't just use generics as their default. Some enterprising developer on their team was like, hey, we should just use generics here. But then they didn't use it. It's like, Why is nobody using the generic one? It's so much better. It's much more explicit what you're trying to do. Anyway. And then we'll do, I guess if music is null, we just return. I don't want to do that though. So let's play pretend for the moment. How do we want to handle? So I'll figure this out. I think it might mean that I just need another method for like creating the sound def. Then I can handle that properly. So music's null, blah blah blah. M sound count. They don't even do that in here. I don't think, do they? They do ref count. Oh, they do sound count. Look at that. How do they use this then? This is just saying all the different references to it, I guess. Load sound. Oh. So it's only used for their sound effects. Because only their sound effects do this. Okay. It's interesting they do that for the music. It's I wonder if like the developers got halfway through doing this and they're like, oh. Okay, going back. Play background music in audio core. This is their thing. I guess the ref count doesn't matter at the moment. It will matter at some point, but and I also don't want to I don't want that to happen, but we'll add the music to the dictionary. Okay. So we don't really care about that because theoretically we've already found some information. Well, maybe we do. No, I don't care about that right now. I also don't care about this garbage at all. So that can be gone. And then this is the thing that's checking to see if the BGM sound object exists or not. And I feel like this actually should happen in a different place. So if the sound is not null, then if we're fading in, whatever, okay, we'll comment you out for a second. It's not super important. This is just about like configuring the object to play. And then this is the thing that's going to set up the sound for playing. Last music source. I think this is something we actually added. Okay. No. Funny. Could have sworn that we did this. But... okay. So then we destroy. Okay, so then this is where we would have created the object that I just did. I don't need that per se. If the sound is not null, then we proceed to do all the fade in, fade outs. Fine. We'll get rid of that random S. Must have. I don't even have to hit save, but I'm just so hot by rote to do that. So it's interesting, like this isn't needed theoretically, because what we would do is we would just check to see if the sound exists. So BGM sound, that is something that should never go away, basically. It should always be there. I'll be there. I think that's just a fly. I get attacked by something, I'll let you know. It seems to be flying like a fly. I'm gonna hope that's just a fly. We sometimes have wasps in our house. Okay, So the other thing is this using this BGM sound as the current background music that's being played. So I suppose it's a sound depth. So why don't we just set BGM sound to our object? If we get the object, why don't we just set? Why don't we just set it? What is the reason we wouldn't want to do that? Because what they were doing was they were checking if the sound was already there. Let's see how they did this here again. I'm actually kind of confused by why they did this way. So by the time we get to play BGM here, when this gets called, it's checking whether, so this is if sound already exists. If there's already an existing sound object that's playing, because this would mean that there's audio already playing in the background. And then they would set the volume down, or to whatever the volume is supposed to be. And they set the tempo. And then what do? Then they return. So, Look at how they do it in their scripts. This is really interesting to me. Sometimes it's good to understand what the code actually does before you start fucking with it, messing with it. Okay. So when we call play BGM, we've already supplied a ROM. The ROM, if it doesn't exist, then, YOLO, nothing happens. Ignore this. This was my attempt to address the hitch because I didn't fundamentally understand what the real problem was. I just threw something out there. And then this is going to call play BGM. So in theory, BGM sound already exists. We haven't stopped any sound. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we have. Hold on a second. When we say play BGM, if sound equals null, no, stop it. Otherwise, you play. Yeah, there's nothing in here that actually stops it before it plays it. So if there's already music playing, how does it flipping work? Because there's no logic in here that actually sets who the sound is. Oh, okay. Also good to read the rest of the description. So the only way that it will do this is if the ROMs match. Okay. So it is like if it's a changed music. Okay. Read the code, Motzi. Read the code. Well, I always tell my developers, read your code. Understand how the code works. Okay. I'm picking up what I'm putting down. So this is sort of irrelevant code right now. Because I'm going to be doing something where I actually try to retain that BGM sound, even if it already exists. So what we'll do is we'll do play background music. This is fine. So we get the ID, and then we try to get that from our sound depth. If it doesn't exist, we create it. And if it does exist, we're just going to say this.bgm sound equals our current sound. Okay, perfect. Got it. I'm getting it. Now, this whole like load sound impl is going to be really annoying, and I'm going to have to replace it. I'll have to make my own. I don't even know where it went. Where did load sound impl come from? Here it is. Load sound impl. So this, I have to fundamentally change how this bull crap works. Because I don't want to like mess with their existing code, but I also don't want this to create the game object if it doesn't already exist. And this, what does this do? This says sound.load, and this is where it creates the object. Okay. So, okay. So I'm going to make a new version of this too, as well. And we'll call it Load Your Life Away. Load music. It can be background music or background sounds. Background sounds are kind of like music because they're an extended track. And it's intended to play on the loop. Yeah, why is this here? I don't know why that's there. So meow, we should be able to do... So if sound doesn't equal null, okay. So we don't really want to actually get the, we don't want to do this game object nonsense. What does this do here? So this gets the sound def, the path from the ROM, and it goes into the ROM and gets the Unity resource to load. And the only problem in here is that it's also creating the object, which we don't want it to do if the object already exists. So do I actually need to override load? No, actually I don't think I need to override this class. What I need to do is I need to change how this thing works. I don't love... The problem is I'm going to copy and paste it because I don't love messing with this when everything that load sound uses it. I'd rather let the sound effects continue to do what they do because they seem to work, and change this. So I'm going to do a whole new load thing here. Oh, what else could I do though? I could do, instead of rewriting everything, I could also do a different trick. Okay, let's do a different trick. Something about like changing so much for like one line of code just really bugs me. So let me see, where did I put my load music? I don't think I need to do this. What I need to do instead is I will do a little setting here. So another way I do this is like add a default value that defaults to the behavior I want. In this case, it's going to be retain game object equals false. It is a game object, so you know. It's definitely a giant housefly, by the way. Go find somewhere to just, yeah. Wants to be part of this stream. Okay, so then I'll just pass this along, right? Not the best thing in the world, but it does give me a way to control for a change without completely rewriting a bunch of code. Okay. All right. So this is what we can do now. So we don't have to create the game object. We can reuse it. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. How do I want to do this? Because this is going to add more for sound effects. It adds more game objects. But for music, do I want to retain the game object? Is that going to make a big deal? Does destroying the game object, that can't be what's causing the performance issue, is it? Like the loading and unloading of the audio clip that's going to cause the problem. So how much do we care about retaining the game object? See, what does this do? It adds a component sound. I mean, it does a lot of work, right? Because it adds the components, it adds the audio source. These are all things that could be updated. So I think I should mess with it anyway. I just don't see any reason not to retain it. Also, this is completely useless. Looks like this is shorty. Bye. I don't care about your stupid weird comments. Some encoding error on the file. Okay. So we need a way now to retrieve an existing object. Because we're using a clip name. So if it's a retained object, I think I'm going to name it by the thing that's being retained. It's kind of weird, but I think it's okay to do that. Maybe. Is there a subclass here, or is this all one class? All one. Okay. So we'll do a constant for now. Retained equals so I'm not even going to name it the name of the clip. There's no reason to name it the name of the clip. I don't know why we would do that. So let's go back into here and look at this garbage here. So what we'll do, and this is if there's an error, whatever, we can't load it. I don't care. I'm not going to fix their stupid early return frame. So we're going to say their object name equals clip.name. If then retain music. Do we need to? I don't want to check if their clip name exists, do I? No. So if it's not retained, then I think I'll just do this right here. I'm not even going to worry about their stuff. We don't care about that at all. Okay. So then we have to find it, right? How do they do this? So they do new game object, and then they set parent to their stupid parent, right? Here. Oh, okay. Got it. This is just not needed, basically. Okay. So if we retain the object, I'll just let it, if it doesn't exist, I'll let it do its thing. Now, if we want to retain it, we're going to have to find it based upon the parent type, which would be what? Parent type sound. Get children. We have a way to get a current object. Get parent. Zero, 1, 2. Okay. So I think it's always number 2. Yeah. I got such a weird way of doing this. They've got these like parent static objects that they're accessing, and it's very strange. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I will get the sound parent and get all the children. I don't want to find it. I want to get the parent. So get parent. Okay. So this should give me the parent object. Now, I could check to see if it exists first, but honestly, if that doesn't exist, then we've got bigger problems. So I'm not going to worry about it. And then we're going to do var object. I wonder if I could get it by the component. No. Okay. For int index. So we'll get it. We'll get the child, blah, blah, blah. If we get it, then we'll return it. Okay. Guess we need to set that to null. So if it's retained, we'll do this and break. Then we'll say if, I guess we do want to set it to null actually. Then what we'll do here is we will, set the object. Okay. Let me talk through this, make sure I've got this right. So we have an object name that used to be clip name. We'll just set it. And then if we're retaining the object, then we'll attempt to find it in the parent type. We're going to use the name object name equals retained music object. There we go. And then we'll attempt to find it. If it doesn't end up being found, even if it is a retained object, then it'll create it. Okay. But that way we're not destroying and creating the object. And then we got to deal with this problem here. So right now it's going to like add it or whatever. And so we're going to put all of this. Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to add the sound object here. And we're going to add the audio source component. Yes, and we're going to do this. It's kind of weird to add it and then get it. So we will do sound. So no matter what, that's going to end up being gotten. And then we only really want to add that if it doesn't exist, right? Yeah. Okay. So then we'll do sound get components. We'll do get component sound. Here we'll do We really should do something like if sound. I think that's probably logical. A little more work, but it kind of keeps us safe. And because we're trying to do something where we're anticipating an existing object, we want to be able to retain it. And then if this is null, we want to add it to. I guess what I could do is like that. Yeah. So this is like, oh, I should have just done that with this actually. So I can do the null aware nonsense. So it's only going to add it if it doesn't exist, which is perfect. Okay. And then we set all these values. I don't know what .ref does. We'll see just how badly I can mess this up. Okay, so that should get me what I need to retain the object without creating it from scratch. And I didn't have to create a bunch of new methods. So I have to go back to the audio section here and figure out this part. That's good link. Okay, so now we have, did I decide I was going to keep load sound impl or was I going to make load music? No, I was going to keep load sound impl with, okay. So then we'll go back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. We're going to go back to the BGM. Where's my load background music? Where did I put it? Oh, it's play BGM, right? Play background music, play BGM. Okay. So this isn't needed. We want to destroy the background music if there's a fade in, which I must have defined that somewhere. What did I call it then? It was just fade in duration. So we destroy it, but it's going to retain the object. We'll stop the sound. We'll fade the volume. And then we'll do this thing. So if the sound is not equal null. So now we got to make sure that the BGM sound... Actually, that's fine. That's fine, actually. Because now we're relying on this dictionary to retain it. And if it doesn't retain it, we'll create it. And then we're going to call load sound impl. We'll pass the sound def. And we'll say retain true. So now the object should be there. It gets set up properly. And we don't have to worry about like swapping out or destroying anything. I have no idea if any of this is gonna work. I'll be flabbergasted if I try to run this and it works. Then we get the sound, okay, and then here's the question here is it's asking if the ROM is a loop. So we do have to get the ROM now, okay. So now I need to figure out how to get the ROM object, which I think is actually in the sound definition, right? Sound def dot ROM. What? So what did it do with the other one? ROM equals ROM. It looks a little bit like, man, that is huge. Sorry, I think it is a fly, but it is just, it's got some business going on. So why is this ROM sounddef.rom? Oh, because it's not treating the ROM as a BGM. Okay. You just have to get whether it's a loop or not. That's kind of dumb. That's fine. Whatever. So I guess what I could do is just that. Okay. Now the only thing that this doesn't account for with this case would be if we're calling it and it's already playing. So if it's already playing, this ostensibly will just adjust the sound and the fade volume. So I need to determine that based upon if the current sound def matches the one that is set currently. If that makes any sense. So we have play background music as our method. And in here, in here, I would want to check if those two are the same. So we're going to say is same music is currently, I think I'll do is currently playing. That's kind of a, and it will say if BGM sound equals sound def. Right. So if it already equals, it's okay with setting it again, but if it does equal, then I don't want certain things to happen. So we don't want to do play. We don't want to do sync. So if not is currently playing, then we do this stuff. And I think that sort of replaces all this stuff. There's a set tempo. Where does set tempo happen? Yeah. So it's basically all of this. So they had all this extra code, but I didn't need it. Okay. Now I'm going to format this. Let it run. So now all I got to do is call the method, right? Easy peasy. It's going to work great. Of course, I can't call it on the audio core unless... How do I get access to audio core? How does this get used? Audio.s instance. Oh, interesting. So I could just get their stupid S instance. Let's try it. All right, time to have fun. YOLO City, baby. So we're gonna do audio S instance S. Uh-oh, did you not make it available to me? Private static? Oh no, we're gonna publicify this baby. I don't care about your privates. Audio core. Okay. You're gonna not let me do it because it's internal? That's fine. We'll public you too, baby. You think you can private your way out of this? No way, buddy. I'm gonna expose all of your internal stuff. That's right, you heard me. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Okay. Sorry, I get annoyed with that stuff. So play background music. Oops. Now this thing said it wants to be sound resource, but we really just want the ID. Which is going to be here. We're just not going to get the resource. Oh, if sound resource equals null. I don't think this matters. So I'm going to just comment that out. I think that in the code, we actually do that anyway. I'm pretty sure in here, if we don't get the object. Oh yeah, I was asking how I wanted to handle this. Okay. So I need to figure out how this is going to happen. I guess for the sake of just trying to move this forward, what I'll do is say if music does not equal null. So if it's able to find it, I don't like the nested if here, but don't really care enough right now to refactor it. I mean, their code's already a mess, so because it really should have like a different method for this. You just want to abstract it and say get the sound def, right? It's either going to return what's already there. Let's just talk. Yeah. As I talk about it, I'm like, well, all I had to do was extract the method, right? And then I don't even need to do this whole like sound def. I'll just do this. Now I can do one giant if statement. If sound def. Come on. You got it. I know that I have to actually, I think, does it return a value? I think it returns it too, doesn't it? Might. Okay. Okay. So then we'll just make that deal with stopping it. Like if we can't find the sound def, YOLO. Maybe we don't even want to do that. Maybe we just want the music to keep playing, you know? Oh, I forgot. Actually, there's one fundamental thing I did wrong here. I only want to do this. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. No, we're good. This is background music. Okay, perfect. So I did that as intended. Okay. So sound def does not equal null. Is this how I want it to be? Music, sound def, perfect. Sound def equals null. We'll default that to null. I guess it implies it's null, but I'm going to be explicit. So that should be good. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we're about ready to see if this thing works. I wondered how long it would. I thought it would be a little bit easier to see this one tonight. Okay. So is this going to be acceptable? We don't really need to destroy. So this isn't really even destroy. I'm going to undo this entirely. Because I don't want to mess with their other method of destroy. Well, it's... No, I don't want to mess with their method of destroy. So we're going to do release. I don't even call it release. Actually, let's say stop. I use full words, and that also helps me know that I made a change here. So that way we're not doing any sort of release. All we're doing is just kind of fading it out, basically. Okay. So instead of destroy, which doesn't make any sense. All right. Is the reason we do this because it wants to... Oh no. Just realized something. Well, let's see what happens. I'm just going to run it. It's been a long time since I've actually ran code tonight, so I'm just going to run it. I think it's not going to work. So I'm okay with that. It'll be broken. We'll break it. And it's fine. We'll do a dad joke. What did the boy corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? And then dad said, that's a corny joke. And then baby said, aw, shucks. And mama said, hey, husband, I think someone was stalking me earlier. Hey, Kevin. Uni freelancer and working on paper clay. Did you want to post a link to your game? I don't think I have it. Do I have? Maybe I have it. No, that's Nightfall. Kevin. Play. I don't have your. I guess I don't have your game. The paper game is not your game. Whole different person made that one. Okay, let me mute. Oh, just turn this. Stop this. There you go. Paper clay. Paper clay. Check out Kevin game. A valid cooldown must be specified. I don't know what that even means. I don't need a cooldown. Not for Kevin's games. Kevin's really cool. How are you? Your game is looking really nice. It is like polished up amazingly. What is that? No, invalid cast point. Let's see what happens. I've been messing with audio. I'm trying to fix up bugs. This is one of the biggest annoyances. So it'll probably still happen. Or maybe something will break. Let's see if it breaks. Nope, it still happens. Now the music plays. Let's go see if in our entry we have the retained object. We have the retained music object. Thanks, Kevin. Okay. So wow, this fly just won't go away. I can get it. It's on my laptop. I need like a whapper. I want to hit it on the keys. Oh, I got it. It was too big to fly away. I want to get away. I don't want to fly away. Well, you don't get to anymore. Man, that guy was a doozy. Oh, it was so big. It was so big. We'll save it there for later. We'll have a funeral for it. Okay. So, what's in our music object here? We have like audio source. Then we have a mixer group. Audio clip. Thank you, by the way, Kevin. I got sidetracked by getting Sly Guts on my laptop. This is great. So let's go back to one of my original theories. If in here, when the scene loads, I'll do in the setup here. I just like play music. So let's do play audio. And that was the, I don't even remember the name of the music, like Reborn something something. Where is it? Did I actually? I think I played it somewhere. Here. Showdown of Misdeeds. Yes, that's what it is. A very misdeedy showdown, I think. If we play it here, which is when the map is loading, and I'll just do like a wait, give it a second to play. We'll let it play for 5 seconds, and then I'll stop it. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll play like I don't even know what's actually playing in the scene. So let's just see what happens if I just stop the audio and then it tries to play again. In theory, because I've loaded the sound def would already exist. So it should just play immediately without a hit. Because now I have a way, and if that's the case, I can preload it. But even previously, it didn't have a preloading method. Like it didn't retain it after. It always created it again from scratch. That was a weird thing that happened. Go out, come back in. That's interesting. Well, you see, one of the problems is this is using the old way. I noticed my object isn't getting created here either. Is my setup method not being run? Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Huh. You got it. We'll try it again. Do you guys have a public release date? Yes. We're gonna go on a date when there's a public release, for sure. It's funny that it didn't interrupt what was playing, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about that because that was just a weird thing. We're delayed more. I want to share, and maybe soonish I will be able to. Okay, so it preloaded, it's good. It's not playing the music though. It's just like, screw you, I don't care. My code is not working. What the flip? What is it doing then when it stopped? What a failure tonight. I'm gonna have to dig in more on that. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe just to feel good about myself, I should find one more bug to fix that isn't that stupid one. These ones aren't really that major. This is a problem, but I'm not going to fix that right now. I don't know why that happened. That's an annoying one. The only in the door is locked when you try to get back in. I could have sworn that I fixed that one. I'm gonna ask Jacob if he can confirm this. So I guess what I could do then is, since I'm already here, I'm gonna just ignore the fact that I did not fix this particular audio issue and just feel bad about myself. But I'll fix it. I know that I'm on the right path. I don't have the mental power to do the next phase. But what I can do is I can replace these this nonsense code here with my node based solution. We have this like summon effect start, which is like this generic nonsense. This code here. If I go to my where is it? This is my original design. When I thought, okay, I don't want to create a whole node based system, so I'm just going to make code where I can just script things on a map. So I was literally writing code where I like found GUIDs for objects and I referenced them. And it was obnoxious to deal with. So this is what I could convert into nodes. So what I can do here, I'm going to move this over so I can just look at it separately. I want to take this legacy action and replace it with the steps in the code. Now because I'm trying to look at both of them, I'm not going to like put it side by side. But so the first thing is like, oh, stop background music, which is fine. I wonder if that stop background music is what's doing it. No. You know, it's weird because it's really the music stopping that might be doing it. I don't know. We'll find out. So stop background music here. Do we fade it out at all? We just play it. And then we lock the player movement, which I think I already did somewhere. No. Lock player control, so we prevent the player from moving. We're going to change target to the summon GUID. Hold on. Play motion. Player. This is just going to reset the player so they go back to like normal pose. We're going to play the sound status up. This might be another reason for the slowness, now that I think about it. And this is going to be a sound effect. I really think I should just like load all this audio into a deck. I think the other way to do it is to use addressables, but I've heard horror stories about that. Sound effect and volume are the same. That's fine. I don't wait until it completes. I'm going to play change graphic on the treant. So it's going to be the object. I think we call it a treant. I don't remember what we call it. What the heck object is this? I have a summon GUID, but I don't know what that means. There's a treant GUID, and then there's a summon GUID. Let me see what it's called. We're going to go into Neotimus Forest. Neotimus. It'll be Forest Central. No. No, not Neotimus. Summiton Forest. There we go. I wonder why there are two. I don't know how I lost that. So this is where the guy gets summoned. What did I call it though? It's a treant. That's that guy. Is there a name for the summon? Look who's there. We used to have that as foreshadowing, and then I think we removed her. I don't remember what the name of the summon effect is. There's so many things here. That's a bush. Oh, just a random bush you find money in. That's cute. Dolian Treant Battle. I think this might be the one. No, that's not it. What do we call the event? How can I find the GUID and tie it in? Let me think here. I think I can get it from my game editor. So let's go back to my game editor. Summiton. Forest Central. These are the nodes, which I don't care about. Here's my event set. Okay, so now I can just, find it, I guess. 6FB. Pretty easy to find, right? Just scroll. Not normally something I'd have to do, but our naming conventions, Jacob's naming conventions weren't great. I had to teach him a bit about, hey, you got to name things in ways that later you can read them and understand what they mean. Not just like Cave Transition 1, Cave Transition 2. That's not very readable. Come on, we got this. How am I not finding this 6FB? I swear the event is on the map. We see the animation happen. What did I do in the code? What is the code? The code does... change graphics summon. Yeah, we change the target to that object. Am I just blind? Oh wait, there's no pagination on this. How am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. I just couldn't read it. Okay. So it's called it's called summon tree. Yeah. Okay. I could have inferred that. Oh, Gavin was deleted by the moderator. Oh, I'm sure you had something really witty to say. It must have been laser burn. Anyway, I could have just looked for the word summon, dummy. Okay, so now we're going to do the object called summon. And we're going to play the start. There you go. And then we're not going to change graphic to Dolian because we're going to do something stupid, stupid, stupid. Now, interestingly, so now we're going to use my new follower thing. So party train. Is that party train? How are you doing, Gavin, by the way? Gavin, so stupid. No, you're not. You're very smart and talented. So this was the new thing I added. The followers now can be controlled. This is where I talk about like making connections in the core engine, where now I can actually manage things differently than I used to be able to. So I can actually say that this is a follower I'm managing, and I could do like the number of followers, or I could do the named follower, but I know there's only one follower in this context. So, and then what I'll do is I'll make it go to the player, and I'll just offset it, the X value by 2. So Dolian should go to the same place. I'm not going to board on. I'm going to pass through events. I'm going to clean place. I guess we could board on fail, actually. Don't fix direction. When we get there, we're going to set rotation up. That looked hard to say. Stupid? Or say that you're not stupid? It's hard to talk while I'm coding. Well, whatever I'm doing. Noting. Okay. So, previously, we had like a whole object that we used for Dolian that we have to show and make walk. But that's gone now. We'll do the weight just for the funsies. Weight 0.1F. 0.1. Okay, so we wait one, and then we change target, play sound effect. Okay. Play audio. You know, some of this thing, it might just be all the audio we're playing. You know what's hard to say, Gavin? It's hard to say that you're stupid. You're a very smart, intelligent individual. Are you going to be going to PAX this year? Or 2DCon? I don't remember. I think you might be located farther to the east. Okay, so play audio, wait, sound effect, music. We want the sound effect to be resurrection. You heard me. Resurrection. We're just playing it straight up like it is. That's good. We're not waiting for it to complete. And then we're going to play the motion called middle, which unfortunately with 3D objects, for some weird reason, I can't use play motion. Probably because I just need to fix something, but So I always have to use this change character graphic. Summon treant is the same object, but we're going to change it to middle, which is the animation. And then, boom. So let's see if that works. And I don't think this part of the sequence. Oh, there is a knockback. So I do need to do. I'll finish it so it's all the way through. Have a good jog to the store. Hopefully your run goes well and you get good exercise. Thanks for the lurk. It's so funny. Okay, so now we have the summon sequence. We're going to rebuild. We can rebuild it. It'll be bigger, faster, stronger. This is interesting. So we need to use our parallel branches, which is... What kind of branch is it? It's a... I forget what I called it. Parallel? Parallel trigger is what I called it. Okay. So this is where I can split off multiple things. I'm actually going to make 2 parallel triggers because I need that. So we'll do a parallel trigger. The first one will be I don't really even care. It's just I just have to name it something. There'll be 2 parallel things that are kicking off. The first one, we got to summon the treant. Uh-oh. Do I have the ability to set map key? Set? What does this do? Oh, it's a switch. Okay, that's good. So we're going to do state. Map key. Is map enabled? False. That's good. We got that one. We're going to change the target treant. We don't have to do that. Change motion land. Copy this nonsense. You get to see how we do our nodes. I'm going to do this like node buddies business. Land. Oh, I got to change it to the treant. Here. It's interesting. So we're gonna do tree and what is the object? Tree. Is he a character? Might be a character. There you go. That's fine. Okay. So we do the treant land, but the treant's not actually showing. And then we're going to show it. Set character visible. Show hide character, right? Current target, treant. I imagine I used to look up the GUIDs so I could I could go and do this. Like the node stuff is just so much nicer because I just look it up. It's a lot of work though. I have a lot of different execution branches here, which is crazy. It's like branch city. Camera. Move camera. We're gonna move the camera. Mode is 3. So angle is gonna be 32. Y angle is gonna be 291. Field of view is gonna be 6. And distance wait time is going to be non-existent apparently. I must have not put a time in here. Move it between is linear. I thought there was a time somewhere. Why does this not have a time? That seems broken. Yeah, it's there. Movement time. Oh, Jacob said something about this. Like it doesn't show that for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't do that there. I can go do it in here though. So, yeah, it's weird that it's not showing. Movement time is 3. And then the coordinate is great. I really forget how this works. Because the number it gives, the number in here is like 81464. Let me see if I actually have it in here. I don't remember what that was. Run from left, move from middle. .815. Oh, so it's just 81.5 and 27.5. Okay. Welcome back. That was a quick run. How was the store trip? You must have just been like right there. This is 27.5. It's 30 seconds. Oh, is it like right across the street? That's nice. I thought you lived out in the forest. Do you not live in the forest anymore? I gotta get caught up on your life. I want to know what's going on in your world besides just, you know, game dev. Okay. Are you just working on paper clay? Oh, it's gonna be wait 5. Actually, 1.1 seconds. The store is across the street. I lived in the forest for 4 months. Oh, okay. See, you just did one thing, and then you kind of disappeared for a while, and I just assumed that forever onward, you've been living in the forest. I've never not thought of you as living in the forest since that time. I think you might have said that you moved back out or something, but I know things didn't go well with your previous partner. Not to bring up old wounds or anything. Weak. I do freelance and pay-per-click. Yeah, me and my ex broke up after moving back from the woods. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. Freelance Kevin. Like, how free is your lancing? Like, super free? Are you available for work? I don't know if you'd want to work on our project, though. I don't know if it's your vibe. You know what I mean? Have to deal with some of this garbage. Engine within an engine. Shake screen. Wait. Right now it's 3 days of work, so every time outside of that is pretty cool. That's good. I'm glad that you got stuff to do. I have full-time work, so a lot of work. Oh my god. Day work, night work, never-ending work, lack of sleep, drinking too much energy drinks. It's just that's what I want. All right. Change character graphic to wait 2, apparently. And then we'll just move this puppy up here. That's the summon sequence. Someone's gonna get in trouble. Someone's gonna get in trouble. That's that, and then we go back and we do the animations for the individual other characters. Knockback Dolian. All right. So one of them is going to be the Dolian knockback, and one of them is going to be the player knockback. I have no idea how this is going to work because I'm taking the code-based solution and turning it into nodes. Play motion. Get a little squatty potty with it. Follower 1. Motion's going to be wait 2. Walk. We're going to walk down 2 steps, 3 steps. We're going to fix the direction. We're going to if there's any events to pass through, we're going to pass through it. We're going to squat with the movement, which is set motion here. Dolian motion squat, which is literally just called squat, apparently. That's good. And then afterwards, we're gonna change. Wait, we're gonna set this to -2. So I think it's normal and slow. Can't remember. I think slow. I think that's the right. I'll see how it looks, I guess. Don't need to set rotation. And then we'll play motion wait 2. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's copy this. Okay. That's Dolian. Do something similar for Atlas. So I could probably just copy and paste it. He just has different animations. He's gonna wait 1 as well. This time it's gonna be the player. We do damage apparently. This is weird. I have a default one for that. Same movement. We'll just do the same thing, but his motion is going to be damage. Okay. these damaged goods. And then wait 2 at the end. Okay. So that should be good, maybe? Let's see. We knock back. Oh, okay. We knock back everybody. And then at the very end of the entire thing, which is right here. This is after we change the character. We flash the screen. Oh shit, where do we flash the screen? So here's all the branches. Oh shit, okay, hold on. We need to do something different here. Okay. I need another branch. There's 3 branches and I only put 2 here. Let me think. So this is the 2 characters. And then we go up here. And then I summon the tree ant. Okay. And then the tree ant has their own. It's like branches within branches. We're getting real branchy around here. Oh no. Don't mess up on me. No. No, stop. Please, dear God, no. Okay. There's some weird errors that happen with these nodes where it like messes up node data. And it has to do with like the Odin inspector. I haven't nailed it down yet. It's really heckin' annoying. Okay. I don't care what it's called. Okay. You'll be there. And so the main branch is going to be here. Here's the summon sequence. We do all that stuff. We flash the screen twice. But for 2 seconds. Which we need to consider maybe not doing that for people who might have issues with screen flashing. I don't know. I don't think. I think I do wait. Okay. Oh, come on. I get really nervous about this because it can mess up a few nodes and I gotta go back and fix them all. It's getting a little persnickety on me. The summon is gonna do. We forgot to do the finish. Finish him. And then wait. So really what we want to do is have this thing be the thing that proceeds with the next step. That was wrong. This is here. A little complicated, but it'll work, I hope. If it doesn't work, I'll blame Kevin. All right. Or myself for writing bad code. So that should be okay. Let's find out. I'm a little nervous. Thought what's gonna happen. Oh, I'll turn the music off. Alright, let's do this. Then I gotta wrap up. Then I really should be getting to bed. I've not been getting good sleep lately. Well, you know, all the pieces went roughly in the right place. I'll call that pretty good for the first go. I don't know why Dolian didn't want to do his job. I don't know why it keeps doing importing assets. Makes me really nervous. I guess I could name the follower. Let's do it by name. That'll be more clear. Oh no, the problem is because I just didn't do that checkbox there. Okay. I also don't know what is going on with the alignment of the character. It could be because Dolian didn't move, actually. Like he got in the way. Plus side, it'll be in nodes. Was that right? Why did it look like it was doing the other way? Also, Atlas didn't switch back to his animation. Not bad, you know? It helps that I have the code written. I also used to be a little hesitant to try and go and replace all these scripts with nodes because I thought it would take a long time, but it doesn't take that much effort to go and just kind of replicate it in nodes. Now that the nodes pretty much cover everything. There you go. Okay. I don't love where the camera went. We'll have to adjust that too, but fine. Get the nice green effect, kind of. All right. I'll call that good. I have now made it use the follow thing. I'll finish it and be happy. And move on with my life. Okay. We're going to call that done. Go to chat mode. Thanks all for hanging out, listening to me basically talk to myself for the most of the time. What happens when you code and you stream? You talk to yourself a lot. There's one person I like talking to, it's myself. I don't know if that's true. I'm glad you could be here. I'm glad to have you, and I get to hear about your running to the store experience, which is more like walking across the street. We're gonna go say hi to a new streamer who's been on my stream. His name is 12, or their name. Wait, do they have a? Their name is 12 Feet Up. Yeah, him. He lives in a treehouse. So we're gonna go talk to the treehouse dev. Well, he's not. We're gonna go say hi. Ask him about his tree house. Because he literally lives in a house in a tree. So I'm gonna go now. You all have a great night.